Dear Pisces, I promise not to tell you to stop crying if you promise me to tell me why you're crying. I think it's such a funny stereotype about Pisces energy and being prone to tears. You know, it's funny to me when signs become vilified for doing what it is that they're meant to do. And Pisces, as mutable water energy, is meant to go with the flow of water. So tears, but also going with the flow of emotions, going with the flow of intuitions and spiritual knowing. And yeah, I don't understand why we might vilify a sign for doing what it's energetically supposed to do. But that's just me as a Pisces sun talking. So yes, this is a love letter to all my Pisces suns. Happy Pisces season. I hope your birthday brings you everything that you desire. This is also a love letter to my Pisces moons, Pisces risings, and folks with Pisces stelliums. So yes, very much I have a lot of love and affinity for Pisces energy, and what I notice about it and want to affirm for you is the ways in which you are in touch with the energy, the vibes of the room, whether you recognize it or not. And I think that that's probably the more challenging part of Pisces energy, is recognizing what feelings are yours and what feelings might be in the air, in the vibes, in the room. What energetic boundaries should you keep that demarcate what is yours from the people around you? And then also, speaking of Pisces tears, it reminds me about Pisces symbol is the two fish linked by a single ribbon. One fish swimming upward, the other swimming downward into the depths. And yeah, Pisces tears can go both ways. They can feel the depths of emotion, the things that people don't want to talk about, don't want to address, tend to push down and push away. Pisces is not only attuned to that, but can feel it and express it in a way that most signs choose not to. And at the same time, that same depth and adeptness at feeling those deep excavated emotions, Pisces can also feel the highest of emotions. And so yeah, there are Pisces tears around sadness, grief, mourning, loss, but there are also Pisces tears that are rooted in joy, happiness, the connection to spirit. And so, yeah, I think that people don't really acknowledge that part of Pisces, that when you see a Pisces that is actually in tuned with the highest vibrations of what Earth has to offer, that too is its own beautiful emotional experience that can be expressed through Pisces energy. Also interesting to me how many people misunderstand Pisces energy and what Pisces energy is all about. And on the other hand, Pisces understands so much about every other sign's energy. Pisces, you know, they say that all the signs build upon each other, you know, Aries being the first sign, and then Taurus building on that, and then Gemini building on that, so that we keep building, and then we get to Pisces, which has internalized all of the lessons of all of the signs before it, and so is able to understand and hold space for all of the other 11 signs. But I don't often see the other 11 signs being able to hold space for Pisces or even understand the depths and the broadness of the energy that Pisces brings to the table. Another thing that I admire about Pisces is how much they be knowing. I think sometimes when you are a younger person with Pisces energy, you don't really know how much you know. You're just feeling it like in your body and in your heart and your spirit. But then I think as you work with, develop, understand your Pisces energy, it really and truly is one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac. Pisces be knowing the vibe in the room. Pisces be knowing what you are about to do, say, what you're thinking without even having you say anything. Pisces be knowing how groups work and very much adept at swimming through the murkiness of the waters that is social hierarchies. Pisces just be knowing because they're always taking in information. A thing that people will say as a sort of mark against Pisces is that Pisces has a lack of boundaries. And that's true. But that lack of boundaries can be viewed both negatively or positively. A lack of energetic boundaries can also mean that you're constantly taking in information, and it's up to us as we grow into our Pisces energy to discern who, of course, whose energy and information that is and how that information can be used. Another thing about Pisces is that Venus is exalted in Pisces. And I think a lot of times when we think about Venus, we think about the energy of like romantic love. And that is one aspect of it. But Venus is also the energy of attraction. Yes, being like attractive to people like physically, but I'm talking about attraction in terms of bringing the things that you desire to fruition in your life. Manifestation. So when I think about Pisces, I also think about, yes, this huge amount of intuition and spiritual energy, but also being an embodiment of divine alchemy. This idea that you might think of a thing or desire something in your heart and be able to physically pull it to you and make it manifest in the physical plane. That is magic. And I hope that you know that about yourself, Pisces. You make magic every day. And I love you for it. And the last thing that I'll say is a small word of caution, Pisces, is to understand that your energy is precious, that you're constantly taking in a lot of information, and that costs you a lot of energy, a lot of spoons. And so I want you to feel okay about resting and needing to rest. And yes, resting can look like naps or sleeping in the mornings, but it can also look like spiritual rest. It can also look like social rest or creative rest. There are so many ways to rest, and I hope that you can cultivate for yourself ways of resting that feel restorative and helpful and unique to you and your energy signature. You are brilliant and of course beautiful and beloved by me. Thank you, Pisces, for everything that you bring to the world. I love you. I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you as always for watching, and thank you for making time for queer astrology.